Total face. Yeah, I'm sick of sex anyway.
Yes, it's my longtime bachelor, Reuben Hill.
I have to wear this dress. It's part of my family.
Good night, darling.
I touched your vitalis. I'm gonna go wash my hands.
Larry, isn't it exciting about our getting married?
What? Yeah. What?
Could you grab me a cold shower while you're in there? Thank you.
You still didn't pay your grit bill, ma'am.
I hope Leopold doesn't find out about this.
I'm pretty sure this is my house, but, no.
Graduation prom. And she said yes. We're going to be married. In August.
Wow, married?
Say.
She's just finishing high school, and you still have 2 years at the university.
And what about me?
It's a tough road, Larry. What are you going to use for money?
Well, Sue's folks were going to pay something to put her in junior college here in town for 2 years. So we'll have that. But instead of going to college, she'll get a full-time job in campus town.
It's just campus
And
town,
she doesn't
Jake.
care anymore about education. So with that, and my part-time job, we'll get by.
We'll be selling plasma.
Uh-oh. You're Sue now. You two probably want to be alone.
Well, why is Sue wearing a headdress?
Sue, honey.
Oh, Larry.
Well, what's the matter?
It's the folks. We had a terrible scene.
I got kicked out of
I
L7.
couldn't keep a wink. They don't approve. They say I'm too young. They want me to finish 2 more years of schooling before I even get engaged. Oh, Larry.
Oh, Rob.
Buck up, sweetheart. They can't stop me.
I'm Mighty Boy.
Relax. And act normal till after your graduation next week.
I'll contact the
Then I
underground.
can borrow Phil's car. Down to Greenville. There's a justice of the peace down there.
I'll marry him.
We'll elope, honey.
But, Larry, I wanted a church wedding. And all the parties and showers for me, too.
And the
my
annulment.
folks. That would break Mom's heart.
Well, we're the ones that are getting married, not your folks.
I hate you.
I don't know, Larry.
I'm really mousy.
I read somewhere that a marriage without parents' approval has 2 strikes on it from the start.
I think it was in Humor in Uniform.
But if eloping's the only way,
No, maybe it isn't.
I could have my chin smallered.
Maybe you could convince your folks that you should get married.
but how, Larry? How?
Tell them we're pixies.
I'm sitting in a puddle.
I'll bet we could get some advice from the marriage counselor over at the church. His name is Hall.
Hunts Hall?
Phil told me about him. He teaches a course in marriage and family living at the college.
Do you think he could help me with my folks?
No.
Well, it's worth a try, isn't it?
Visit your government church.
First Federal Church, member FDIC.
My folks don't understand the way I feel.
I feel like rhino hide.
Well, that's the story, Mr. Hall. Do you think you can help us get married?
Herr Oberst.
Why, I'm in favor of marriage. In fact, I spend a good deal of my time helping people to get ready for marriage.
And I'm in the concrete
Now, let's
business.
see. You've known each other for...
3 months, 1 week, 2 days, and 17 hours.
Oh, boy, one of these.
And you're 18, Sue?
See.
And 19, Larry?
Thank you.
Have either of you ever been in love before?
Well,
Does my uncle count?
but not like this. This is the real thing.
Yes.
No, it
I
isn't.
had a chum in college who had the real thing with 8 successive girls.
Will Chamberlain?
Oh, it's all right if you have it, fine. It's a very important factor in building a happy marriage.
I found that out too
But tell me.
late. But
How do you know it's real love? The kind you can get married on.
Why, ever since I first met Larry, I haven't wanted to date anyone else.
Except Dwight
A whole
Eisenhower.
3 months now. And besides, I haven't even had one quarrel with him.
in the car,
No
Sue.
quarrels. Why not? No differences of opinion? Or no opinion?
Objection. He's leading the witness.
What do you talk about on your dates?
Oh, movies and popular songs.
Orchestras, dancing.
Popular
Larry's
songs.
chosen profession, engineering?
No, I don't understand any of it.
It's gross.
I don't like to hear about it.
Sue, honey, I didn't know you felt that way.
That's because you never listen.
Larry, you're a dullard.
Well, it seems you two may have some things to talk over and settle.
Idiots.
Might well ask yourself some questions before you get too serious about marriage.
Oh, what do you mean?
What sort of questions?
Well, questions for Cupid. You might say he should ask them before he fires those arrows.
Are you licensed, sir?
We call this Cupid's checklist.
Have we entered your fantasy
First,
kingdom?
Do you have similar backgrounds, similar basis for your ideals and standards?
Pure bloodlines.
Second,
Cupid is
are you
anal.
real friends, comrades, pals, through thick and thin? And third,
Are you from the same
you
family?
both understand marriage.
Huh?
Oh, not the kind in most movies or in most popular songs.
We love
But
popular
the real,
songs.
everyday kind of marriage. Between real people. Do you understand it?
Well, golly, Mr. Hall, I don't know the answers to all those questions. I just know that I'm in love with Sue. Is that bad?
No, that's good.
Shut up, Iris.
Good. And it's good when you recognize that you don't know the answers. It's a good sign.
I don't know.
Anything.
I think we're friends. And maybe we can understand marriage, but backgrounds, how do they affect getting married?
Well, come over here a minute. Perhaps I can show you what I mean.
Put these on.
What's that? I call it a marriage development board.
Patent pending.
It represents the psychological distance between a husband and a wife from the time they are born until they die.
Bobby Orr's electric marriage. Real marriage action.
What does it all mean?
Well, let's set it up for you and Sue. When you are born, you inherit a great many differences from your parents. That's part of your background.
That makes sense, all right.
Now, as you grow up, you each develop separate and unique personalities.
Unless you're Finnish.
Your mental growth,
Represented by Tom
your
Dewey.
emotional outlook,
This little Hitler baby over there.
your standards and ideals.
Your Zephon Wars from Beta
Larry,
3
your distinctly masculine outlook on life.
Thank you.
Sue, your feminine way of looking at things.
is wrong.
Your capacities to love and be loved.
Are all missing.
These and many other ways, you each acquire a background. So that when you first met, you were probably farther apart. Probably more distinct individuals than when you were born.
But I don't want to marry a girl like me. I want to marry a man like him.
No, you don't.
So even though we're close together here, we don't know how far apart we are there.
That's right. When you two met, there was probably an early physical reaction.
Oh,
A
yeah.
romantic attraction that pulled you together. A love appeal that hit you sort of boing.
You saw my boing?
How did you know?
Well, it happened to me. It happens in some degree to most couples who become happily married. But it takes more than this boing.
Sometimes
Well, you
there's a
see, if
splurt.
you're too far apart psychologically,
If one of you is
if your
cuckoo,
backgrounds are not similar enough, it can cause a great deal of argument and unhappiness until...
It's gone.
Where'd it go?
We're
That's
gonna
what you'll
die.
be saying about your romantic love if these other things cause a breakup.
But where's the rubber band?
Sir, this is forever with Larry and me.
Fine, but don't you think it's wise to take time to find out how much strain these differences might put on your romantic love?
But there isn't any time. Larry's going away in a couple of months.
I am?
Yes. Did you two ever see these figures on length of engagement and how it relates to chances for happiness in marriage?
it's too technical, sir.
Two separate studies showed the chance for happiness improves with a longer engagement
You
period.
color good, sir.
It's fair for 6 months, better for a year or 2 years.
And so on into
Is that
infinity.
because there's a better chance to find out some of these differences and become real friends?
Yes, a chance to find out if your relationship will wear well.
Yes, but can't we settle these differences after we're married?
Honey, this is man talk.
And if you aren't successful,
Well, there's drinking and porno.
before you become too deeply involved, find out if the distance might turn out to be too great.
I've asked King Vitaman to join us.
Here's another angle that should interest you both. How age when married affects the chance for happiness.
Can I see the raw
You
data?
can see that the chances are better after the man reaches 21 or so.
Remember, I made this all up.
Here we have the frequency response of the JBL.
The same study showed that the woman must be 19 or 20 before the chances for happiness begin to be good.
But why? What's the difference between 19 and 21 or so?
Don't sass me, son.
Differences in you the next few years. You, Larry, and you, Sue. Young people seem to change and mature in these years, from 18 to 21 or even later.
I'm not
So that a
mature.
person you might marry at 18 or so will seem like quite a different person to you a few years later.
Is that like Transformers?
Gee, hon,
Guess I don't like you.
doesn't take an engineer to see the
I'm not listening.
bad part of the curve
Dum
of
dum
these
dum. I'm
graphs.
not listening. Dum 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 dum.
All of them.
Yeah,
Gee, Bullwinkle.
I see our chances aren't so good now. going to do? I thought you were going to help us get married.
Well, frankly, neither of you has a chance for love ever.
So, you're available, Sue.
I believe I can. I think you two have a lot of what it takes to build a successful marriage. And yet, you wouldn't try to plan and build a house in 3 months, would you?
Sure, why not?
Shouldn't a marriage have better planning?
On belay!
You two are going to build a successful family team that will last for 40 or 50 years.
Suddenly, their marriage is the Iger sanction.
How long do you think it should take to get ready for it?
This approach is engineering. Look out.
All right.
You want to play rough?
How do we know when we've done it?
Oh, boy. Back to the dolls.
When the two of you are ready for marriage, you'll sense a new feeling between you. The two of you united as a pair, thinking as one unit, acting as one unit, in the building of a marriage and a new family.
Form a commando
Your
unit.
sense of pairedness shows up in the way in which you consider what's best for the pair of you over what you want individually for yourself. Think how often you speak of things from my point of view instead of ours. How often you say,
Marines, we are leaving!
Sorry, back in
I
Da
guess
Nang
it
there
wasn't
for a
my
minute.
folks that needed convincing. It's me. I mean, it's us, isn't it, Larry?
Yeah, we'll say.
And so, in terms of the checklist for Cupid, Larry and Sue began to examine their readiness for marriage.
They were horrified by what they
Do
found.
we have similar backgrounds?
Do we have any priors?
Do we agree on our religious beliefs?
I worship
And have the
Cthulhu.
same feelings about religion in general?
You know, God and stuff.
Do we have the same ideals and standards and tastes?
So give to me your leather, take from me my lace.
It's the Hitlers. Ava.
Do we enjoy the same friends?
Hi, we're running for
Do
Congress.
we share the same interests?
I like stuff, too.
And what about Sue and me?
She's suing him?
Are we real friends?
I never had a friend.
Do we have a real happiness in being together? Talking?
Boinging.
Or just doing nothing together?
To the point that we're sick of each other.
Does each of us really want to make the other one happy?
Come on, I can tell mayonnaise from salad dressing.
No, you
It's
cannot.
easy. Come
Prove
on.
it.
Do we both have a spirit of give and take?
Well, my lips are all numb.
Can we quarrel and come out of it with something better than before?
Your breath is really bad. No, I mean, it's really pungent. Ugh.
Do we really understand marriage?
That's the breaded thing with the mayonnaise, right?
Do we understand the social aspects of marriage?
I'm not doing
Have
that.
we an understanding about money matters and how important it is to have enough money to do more than just get by?
Here's a good one,
Do we
son.
understand the physical aspects and the family side of marriage?
Yes, Dad, that is a doggy. Good.
Do we know how much work there is to a marriage?
Got any more of these books, son?
And overall, do we have a feeling of paired unity?
Hair unity?
Those questions were helping us to find out just how strong our relationship was and helping us to strengthen it.
Let's get out of here. I need you now.
So the next time we called on Mr. Hall, we realized how much he had been helping us. He had been talking for some time with our parents, and there seemed to be general agreement that Sue and I
Should be kept
now
far
had a much
apart.
better idea of just how much psychological distance still separated us.
If you want to, Sue, your mother and I, we can make arrangements for you to begin school at State U this fall with Larry instead of at the junior college.
With a new
Yes,
car!
we want to.
Then, if you two get along, in school, that is,
I made a little funny
if you continue to reduce the psychological distance, then perhaps at Christmas vacation or at Easter vacation, we'll be glad to announce the engagement.
Oh, Larry!
College is gonna change everything.
And then we can be married when Larry graduates in 2 years. I mean, 1 year and 10 months and 3 days.
God, that bugs me when you do
Yes.
that.
If the engagement period gives you two the opportunity to work things out together,
I'll be shocked.
if you both still want it.
I guess you might say we're engaged to be engaged.
What are you doing? Stop that. Get your hand up now.
I love you.
We both want to thank you. Now do you think we have anything more than
Boing.
Why, yes, I think you've made a good start towards getting ready for marriage.
But never make light of boing, son.
Boing, everybody.
Boing, boings all around.